Now, as promised, here is my bold prediction on the United States presidential election. Now, check this out. I was reading this article earlier this week. It's from a newspaper called the Washington Times. This is a big newspaper out of Washington, D.C., and it talks about the Electoral College. Now, for those of you who don't know, when the American people vote for president, each state counts the votes, and then each state, we have an electoral college, and each state gets a certain amount of votes in the electoral college based on that state's population. So it's sort of like people's votes count, but in a way they don't. And whoever gets the most votes in that state, they win that state and get those votes. So anyway, a president needs 270 electoral votes to win the White House. But this article is talking about how Barack Obama and John McCain could have a 269 to 269 tie. And it talks about how half a dozen things need to happen, 6 or 7 things need to happen for that to take place. And if that happens, Congress has to choose the president and all sorts of crazy constitutional stuff that comes about from it. Now, I started reading this, and check this out, right? I started playing with, on the internet you can get maps that show the Electoral College and what state gets how many votes, and I started playing with it. Now, most states either go for John McCain or Barack Obama already. Most of them are already decided. Even though the vote's not done yet, the opinion polls and stuff like that show that certain states are definitely going to go in one direction or another. Now, I don't know, but right now there's about 10 states in America that the candidates are really fighting for. Right? They could go either way, and it's not decided yet, and you won't know until they vote. So they're talking about these states, and I'm looking at it and stuff. So here's my bold prediction. Okay, here we go. It's September. I wanted to get this out now, so it's on the record. So if I'm right, I can sit here and go, yeah, you go me. All right, I'm correct. So, it is September 26, 2008. And here is my prediction for the American presidential race. Now, Ohio and Florida are right now battleground states. They could go either way. The past several elections, they have gone to the Republican candidate. They've gone to Bush during the past 2 elections. I believe that trend will continue, and those 2 states will go to John McCain. I believe Barack Obama will actually flip. Thank you. I actually believe Barack Obama will flip Colorado, and Colorado will vote for Barack Obama. But here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. Here's my bold prediction for the election. John McCain will win the presidency of the United States. And here's why. For many, many election cycles, the state of Pennsylvania has voted for the Democratic Party candidate. However, this time around, for the first time in a long time, John McCain is going to flip Pennsylvania. not Ohio, it's not Florida, it's not the states everybody's talking about. He's going to flip Pennsylvania with its 21 electoral votes, and that will put him in the White House. And there's 3 reasons why. 1, Pennsylvania is a big, organized union state. And now they normally favor Democratic candidates, but John McCain, even though he's a Republican, isn't necessarily an enemy to unions. I believe the unions can tolerate that guy. 2, and this will play a small part, the appeal of his vice presidential pick, Sarah Palin, or Palin, however you pronounce it, I never remember how to pronounce it, to the voters in that state. I think a lot of voters will swing towards him because of her. And 3, and this is the big reason, the biggest reason of all. During the primaries, when Barack Obama was campaigning against Hillary Clinton, he went to Pennsylvania, and he blew it. He lost Pennsylvania to Hillary Clinton, I believe. And he did this thing where he went bowling in a local bowling alley in a small town and talked to union people and regular working class folks. And he came across as kind of stuffy and stuff like that. But that wasn't the bad part. When he was done in Pennsylvania, he went from there straight to a meeting in San Francisco with a group of billionaires and gave his now famous bitter clingers speech. And he was talking about the people in Pennsylvania. He was talking about how people in rural areas cling to their guns and their Bibles, and they don't like people who are different than them, and he said all sorts of horrible things. And if you want the details of that speech, just Google Barack Obama with bitter clingers, and you'll find out what I'm talking about. And I think the nice people of Pennsylvania are going to remember that he talked about them that way. So it's those 3 things that are going to flip Pennsylvania Republican this time around. And that is my prediction on September 26th, 2008.